Mark. Happy to have you here tonight. Glad to be able to interview you about, hopefully, you will tell me about your music performance and what you've gotten done in high school, college, any sort of education. Then after that, we might get into your musical taste and stuff. So, start it off. Do you play any instruments?
Yes, I just play piano right now. I'm trying to learn guitar a little bit. But yeah, I'm also trying to learn how to sing too.
Where did you perform in any music ensembles in high school?
I was a part of one class. It was called Advanced Jazz Ensemble, and then it became just upper school ensemble, and we had less people in the class. But I also played piano there, and we did like some jazz stuff, some funk, like kind of a bunch of different styles. We did some more classical stuff as well.
Did you like it?
Yeah, yeah, it was a lot of fun. That was definitely the class I look forward to most. I had some of my friends in the class, and we would perform for the school sometimes, and we had our own concerts and stuff too. So it was pretty chill.
What about you are?
I'm part of jazz ensemble and little big band. And it's been that way since freshman year. I would do it every single semester, and I made some good friends there and have developed piano skills definitely a lot. Definitely got better at rhythm, and I can play more complicated solos now than I used to. And it's been a good experience about learning about music in general and how to play and how to enjoy it more and how to perform.
Do you get any private instruction?
Yes, I used to take piano lessons in a class when I was younger, uh, up until eighth grade, and then I didn't take lessons in high school. But then when I came to college, I take private lessons with Dr. Eastlick.
How are those?
Pretty good. Definitely pushes me to become better and instills consistency because I do practice a lot off when I'm not in class, and I also enjoy just playing for fun. But I've also had a good relationship with him as well. I've been able to form a good relationship with piano teacher, and that's definitely like helped me realize about what music really is about getting to know people and not just playing your instrument, but also like trying to make a connection with people.
What have been some of the favorite songs you've played for Eastlick?
Favorite songs, probably Claire de Lune. That's the classical song I'm learning right now. We do kind of a mix of classical music and jazz. In terms of jazz, I remember I did a night in Tunisia, which was pretty fun. Um, and we looked at Tico Tico too by, there was a version that, or no, not Tico Tico, Armando's Rumba by Chick Corea. That's probably my favorite one that we've done, like my favorite jazz one.
What about outside of instruction? What kind of music do you like to play on the piano?
I don't know if I'd classify it as a genre. I guess I play like a lot of jazz music, which I really like, and some more like pop sounding songs as well. I do like to play a lot of bossa nova music or Cuban music too. I feel like those are really cool. Latin jazz is really great as well. Uh, but yeah, I also enjoy playing not just piano, but like synths on the keyboard because I'm also into producing as well. So I'll play synths on the keyboard with different sounds and experiment with different types of synths, and I think that's really fun to play as well.
What kind of songs do you like to produce?
I do like to make a lot of trap music, but I'm also into making jazz music. Uh, I guess it could be pop or R&B. Like I said, I don't really make music to fit into a specific genre, but I enjoy just kind of making a song based on how it feels and then classifying it afterwards after the song is made. Yeah.
So have you taken any sort of music classes?
Yes. Besides instrument or besides piano, like just any music class.
Well, what about in like high school? What
Oh, in high
classes
school?
have you taken in high school for music?
High school, I did. I don't think I took any music classes in high school. I was part of a chamber choir, which was also an a cappella group that we did. So that was another class that I did that was music related. And I learned about harmony, and I learned a little bit about singing there. I was a bass singer, so I didn't do like soloing, but I was more just supporting the chords and the harmony, and that taught me a lot about singing and music as well.
What about you? Are you taking any music classes here?
Yeah, I'm actually a music major too, so I do. Yeah, I'd say some of the coolest classes I've taken have been anthropology and music. I also took one last semester that was really interesting, music and film, And also I did MTV class, more like music cultural class, looking at music as a cultural perspective and looking at musicians as idols or pop culture icons. That was a really cool class as well. That kind of connected me to the culture behind music and the inspiration for why music became successful in certain contexts.
Would you say that it's influenced your producing in any way?
Um, I don't know. I would say that being exposed to more music makes me open minded, which makes me more willing to create different types of genres. But I'd also say that having a wide taste in music and being able to be exposed to different eras and decades and genres, I think like being exposed to different things also makes me more um, willing to try different things in the studio as well. Not having just one type of song to stick to as well. And then I think the culture of the music, learning about that can help me see about why people get into it and learning about how to make music that people enjoy, but also seeing how music is a cultural phenomenon and that something that influences people. So yeah, I'd say it definitely has impacted it. I wouldn't say directly, but more just the way I think about it, the creative process.
So would you say that a lot of your playing, your production is intertwined with your taste in music, or are you interested in other types of music?
I'd say that I only really make things that I like the sound of. So I guess that would be directly connected to my tastes in other music. Um, but I'd say I listen to all types of music that I can think of. I've listened to as far as country music to classical music, rock, heavy metal, everything. Like I enjoy like all types of music really. There's at least like one song I can think of from any genre that I enjoy for sure.
What did you listen to in your childhood?
Childhood, I'd say jazz music. A little bit. I think one of the first songs that I ever enjoyed was a jazz song. Um, and then I think I would like classical music. I started off playing classical piano, but I also enjoyed like I remember listening to like Hey Ya by Outkast when I was like a really young kid. But yeah, I think it was also pretty diverse. I think my parents have a diverse music taste, and they're the ones that really got me into music. So yeah.
Hmm. So how would you kind of describe like you know with your parents? Like how do you think they could you go into like a little bit more into that?
Yeah. Um, they don't play instruments. I think my mom used to take piano lessons when she was younger. And then, do you know the song Heart and Soul? Like the piano duet?
Mm-hmm.
It's like some piano duet song. And my mom taught me that song. It's a pretty simple song, but when she taught me that when I was really young, that really got me into music as well because it was really fun. It was a really fun experience for me to play that with her. So that really got me into music. And I remember like my parents worked at a office together, like they had their own like business. And when they were there, they would play some music, and I really enjoyed that as well. I remember that's like some of the first times where I really like appreciated music. And whenever we were in the car, they would play music as well. So I think that really got me into it, especially when I started taking piano lessons when I was in kindergarten. It was something that I learned pretty quickly. I could catch on to it. It wasn't. I remember when I first started learning, it was taught to me pretty well, and I could understand how to play. And then as I started playing more songs that I liked, that really got me into creating and stuff, or like not even just creating, just like being a musician, listening to music and stuff. Um, but I'd say like the end of high school is when I really started like getting into music. I kind of always thought about it as something that sounds good, something that I enjoy and stuff. But especially as a musician too, like I enjoyed playing piano, but not to a super deep level. But then as I got older, when I started coming to Richmond, uh, end of high school, COVID, I'd say I got into music more during COVID as well. That's when I really started making it more about something that I enjoy to do passionately rather than just like a hobby. think that's when it became like a passion.
Mm-hmm. Have you noticed anything different about your music, the way you're making it, the way you're playing it differently? Like, has anything recently changed it?
Yeah, I think when I came to college and when I got better at my instrument, that's when I started having the courage to start making stuff because I never thought that I could before, but then I realized, wow, I can make some stuff that sounds pretty good. So a lot of the times when I go play piano, I won't really be playing something that already exists. A lot of the times I'll be playing something that I'm trying to make or try to write, or I'll just play something that I wrote in the past that I'm trying to develop into a song. So there's that. That's a really good like workstation for me is as to come up with ideas is just be at a piano. Um, I forgot what the question was. Was the question about creating? Or
Yeah,
was it about...
basically, yeah. It's about how, if anything recently has like changed because of like your education you found in your making music or something like that. But we can kind of lead into the next question too of, has any new music that you've been listening to really kind of had an effect on you recently, really been making you think about anything in particular?
New music. Yeah, I'd say this class that I'm in with Dr. Broning, it's like a recording class. We go on Ableton with it. That one has changed the way I think about music. There's kind of been some ideas that I've been familiar with before about humans speaking naturally in pitch and stuff like that, but we don't hear our own speech as being musical, but really it is. I've learned through that class that people speak with rhythms, and we listen to different artists that experiment with these things, and we've tried making our own versions of them, and it shows you just how people naturally communicate with rhythm, and people kind of use their environments as well. Like there's music in the environment naturally, so it just shows how present music is in all our lives and how we can be like how we are musical people naturally. So I think that for that reason music connects with a lot of people, so just because we are naturally musical creatures.
So if you had to overall, say you had like a favorite musical moment from like say high school, college life, outside of college life, anything in particular, what would you put for those kind of spots?
I think the best music moments I've had have been jamming here at school, like in the band room and stuff. That's probably been the best like moments because you realize like the synergy that you can create with other people, with other musicians, like we do in class as well, like just playing and not trying to learn another song, but just make our own music and kind of just go off our own vibe that we have together. That's probably the funnest experiences I've ever had with music because we're making our own thing and the thing that we're making sounds really good. It feels really good to play. So I think that's definitely some of the best experiences I've ever had with like related to music is like taking all the things that I've learned and being able to just do that with my friends. I think that's the best feeling for sure.
Well, thank you, Tamar. You've certainly got a deep connection to music, and it's been a pleasure to interview you. I hope I hope your music continues. You know what I mean? I hope maybe I can listen to something that you produce sometime soon, but we'll see.
Yes, sir.
But thanks, Mark.